It all started when I was in fifth. I got a small tank as a gift for my birthday. From there on, the hobby started for me. So it's been now almost 40 years. But that was a huge learning curve because these days there was no internet. I didn't have any access to books or even didn't know anybody in this hobby. So acquiring knowledge from somebody was not possible for me. And it was all trial and error basis. I killed a lot of fish.
The fish bred for me, and that is a statement I caught on. I interact with so many hobbyists and all, and they keep saying, I breed this, I breed that. Main thing is, you're not breeding them. The fish are breeding.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're just providing them the right environment where
conditions.
they feel safe, the water parameters are right, and that's when they start breeding. And I like what you said. You said the fish bred for me, and that's amazing. I see hikari, algae wafers, intan. So what, Intan is sponsoring you, or this is like what you experimented and found out?
Nobody's sponsoring me. So
This is not a sponsored video. Deepak, thank you so much for inviting me over. I know he doesn't let anybody inside his secret hatchery, and he's made a exception on my request. So what we are going to see today is, apart from this nice tank, is we are going to go and see his secret hatchery where he has been breeding Plecos, different L series Plecos, and his special Ramirezi series, and those are the black Ramirezis that he's specialized in. Okay, so we are going to see that. But Deepak, thank you so much. Deepak and I go back a little long way. I think 15 years now that we have known each other. That time you were working in a corporate.
I was working with MindGate. Meet Johnson.
Meet Johnson. I had come to your office and had met up with you. So since then we've been in touch, and coincidentally, or it's a good thing that both of us stay in Thane itself. So it was very nice. By the way, the man behind the camera over here is Niranjan from Discus Ninja. So thank you, Niranjan, for being over here. So Deepak, how did it all start for you? When did you get into this?
So it all started when I was in fifth. I got a small tank as a gift for my birthday, and from there on, the hobby started for me. So it's been now almost 40 years. But that was a huge learning curve because these days there was no internet. I didn't have any access to books or even didn't know anybody in this hobby. So acquiring knowledge from somebody was not possible for me. And it was all trial and error basis. I killed a lot of fish in the journey, sad episode. But I got to learn many things. Almost everything I've learned was from that period. And later on, when I got access to internet, I got to know what the people over all the world are doing, where is the hobby going.
Right.
And then I developed a liking to cichlids. In cichlids, I started first with angel fish. Angel, incidentally, was the first fish that bred for me in my community tank. And then I got the liking to see fish breed and take care of their brood. So that was, as you say, poison for me. So I got hooked on from there, and I love the parents take care of the fry and protect them, and that's how I got hooked on the cichlids. Then I tried a few other cichlids. I tried Oscars, I tried Discus, but my ultimate love right from the beginning was ram, and the butterfly cichlid was my favorite, the original German blue ram, and I've been consistently breeding rams for 20 years, I can say now.
Wow.
And just recently, just 4 or 5 years ago, I got to know about the black rams which I developed in Israel. And those were not available in India at that time. But somehow I got a few fish imported through a friend called Punal, if you know him already.
You're right.
So he had imported some fish and those were very costly. So I had to, and I was not running a business or anything like that. It was just a hobby for me.
Right.
So I had to arrange a huge sum just to catch hold of some 10 fish. And that's what got me. I was not too keen on breeding them, but I just wanted to see in person how the black ram looks like, and it was amazing.
We are going to see the black rams very soon.
Yeah, and that's how it started. But then I felt the next challenge will be breed them, because I don't think in India anybody was breeding black rams there, because it was just recently introduced, and many people didn't even know about such a fish in India. So I tried to breed, but all my initial attempts were a failure. The black rams were so aggressive that they used to kill their females. So I tried a few different techniques, and success came finally. I got successful after six months or so. So that was a tough fight, and that was the last pair I had got.
Wow.
So all the fish were killed, but then they bred for me, and they survived. And after a couple of generations, the line steadied. And then I have to breed it again to the black, because the offsprings I got was not totally black. It was more
Mix
of a it was more of a what they call dark blue. So it has a blue color, but it is dark. So darker than a German blue ram, but much lighter than a black ram. So from that strain, I had to develop it into almost complete black. So I am almost to 90% black right now.
Yeah, so that's interesting, because I've seen some of those clips and all. So how many generations did it take for it to kind of go gradually towards the darker black that you're talking about?
Generations I lost count, but I will say at least 4 years I was working on it.
Okay.
To steady it and to bring it to a respectable color right now.
Right.
So now I can proudly call it a black ram, because earlier it was more of a dark blue ram. And I even had some grey fish, which are very dark and uninteresting. So I did not continue that line, and thankfully it is not existing right now. And I don't even get the dark blues right now. So what I am getting are mostly different degrees of black rams.
Right. Right.
So my ultimate goal is to reach the dark knight, which is the totally black ram. It is 100% black. It will show some blue speckles on the black body. It is even called celestial knight by somebody.
Okay.
So it is a very attractive fish. So my ultimate goal is to achieve that level of blackness.
So Deepak said something very interesting, and you said when you bred the first fish that, the fish bred for me. And that is a statement I caught on. The angel fish bred for me, because I interact with so many hobbies and all, and they keep saying, I breed this, I breed that, I've bred this, and the main thing is, you're not breeding them. The fish are breeding.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're just providing them the right environment where they feel safe, and the water parameters are right, and that's when they start breeding. And I like what you said. You said the fish bred for me, and then that's amazing, because that kind of shows the clarity that you have, and so we are not going to spend any more time over here, Deepak. We are going to go outside. Now, why did I say outside? Because this is a unique setup. He's got his entire breeding tanks and all. It's in the balcony. Okay, you must remember we are in Mumbai. Okay, some of you are watching this from Delhi and Bangalore, and the houses are quite big. In Mumbai, the houses are quite compact, and he's got this in the balcony. The sun hits the balcony towards evening for 2 hours or so, but the best views are in the night. So we are going to see, and the Plecos also come out in the night, right?
Right.
So we're going to see that. So thank you, Deepak. Let's go outside and see this.
Sure.
You've spoken so much about black rams. Show us the black rams.
Okay, so Amar, here is a black ram pair. The pair is with a batch of fry. So that
We can see the small babies. Yeah.
they are just getting ready to sleep now. They are done with the feeding, and every night they will shift the batch to a secluded area.
Huh.
for the night, and then again in the morning the fry will be about and swimming. So now the male is with the fry and the female is collecting any stray fry. They are trying to keep everything together.
So you were also talking about the blue specks. I can see the blue specks on this dog body.
Yeah, so this is the darkest night black ram I've got right now at this age, because they get darker with age. And this is a young pair, so this is their second or third spawn, and they are still developing, and the color will get darker as they grow up.
Okay.
And the largest pair I will see later on. That is the darkest I've got.
Okay.
And that is the target what I'm setting.
And that's also the oldest one that
That is also the oldest one, yeah.
What about
This is
these?
another pair. This is more of a dark blue dark blue ram. But this is more dark than dark blue. Dark blue will be lighter than this. This is still showing some blue color. The female is very good. The female is very dark. So their offspring, I want to see how they develop. They have not yet bred for me. So they will soon produce a batch.
So which one right now? Can you just show us which one is the male
So
and
the
female?
one at the front is the male, and the one at the back is the female.
Yeah, you can see her belly is slightly rounded.
Yeah.
But I can't see his spike. That's why I was.
No, nowadays the spike is
Not
changing.
prominent.
Earlier it was only the males had the spike.
Correct.
But in the next pair, if it will come about, it is scared by the lights, I think. The female is showing a
They're
very
under the
good, the female has a very good spike. In fact, she has a larger spike than the male. This is a very peculiar trait that I am seeing.
You can just shine the light from over here.
They are too scared with the light because this is the brightest. I usually don't use much lights on the hatchery.
On the tanks, yeah. It will spook them off.
Because the breeding, they need very dim lighting for breeding, and even the Plecos, they are nocturnal mostly. So few tanks, so I don't even have lights because they don't need any plants, and the darker the tank, the safer they feel.
Absolutely.
Even with the fry and the breeding pairs, the bright lights usually put them off.
Right.
So usually they are found in a thick vegetation and dark waters, almost black waters of the Amazon. So they are not used to bright lights. That even stresses them a lot.
Okay. Sorry, folks, you can't see this one. Okay.
So they are incidentally having a fresh batch of eggs. They are protecting the, otherwise they would have been about like
The other day when I had come, we had done some day shots which had some reflections on it.
Yeah.
But this one came out very well. So I'm going to show you that one, that particular clip. Okay, let's talk about your beautiful Plecos.
So these are royal whiptails which are seeing right now. That's a beautiful female. Incidentally, they just have spawned on the filter, if you will see on their left. So that's a male guarding the
Yes. So we've got a footage of this one also from the daytime shot. But this is very nice.
So
He's
the last eggs are
guarding them.
hatched now, and this is the second batch the male has produced now. So these are just young whiptails, just about a year old. This is from my first batch of royal whiptails I acquired 1.5 to 2 years ago, and the largest one you can see over there. So these are the largest one. These are almost full size.
So when they hatch, how will you remove them?
I usually remove the eggs when they are 3 to 4 days old.
Okay.
So they take about 7 days for free swimming. So first 3 days the embryo will develop, and on the 4th day the embryo gets darker.
Okay.
So that's a sign for me that it's time to pull out the eggs now.
Okay.
So then I scrape the eggs out and keep them in a small container where you can manage them well. Because once the fry become free swimming, feeding them is a challenge, because in a large tank they will just spread out and they don't actively go in search of food.
Okay.
The food has to come to them.
Okay.
They are not active feeders like other common bristlenose and Plecos. So that's a problem with them. So keeping them in a small container helps me feed them, and they get a good growth rate on them.
Right.
So on the 3rd or 4th day I will pull the eggs, and within 3 days, so in total 7 days they become free swimming. And 2 days after that, we have to start the feeding because they will absorb the yolk sac for the next 2 days after feeding.
So Deepak, I see a lot of food over here. I see hikari, algae wafers, intan, and intan. So what, intan is sponsoring you, or this is like what you experimented and found out?
Nobody is sponsoring me, so
This is not a sponsored video. Huh?
I started from started with hikari wafers like everybody, but I realized that giving only one food is not great, especially if I am giving fish to somebody. So he has to adapt to various kind of foods available in the market. So I have tried a few other brands as well. Intan, I have tried Fluval, Bug Bites. I have tried Ocean Treat, Micromac. I also use spirulina for the babies fry. So this is spirulina powder. So I try to feed them a variety of foods. I try to feed them a variety of food so that they accept every food, so they don't have a problem in adapting in a new environment.
So sorry, so hikari not made in India, fluval not made in India, spirulina not made in India, ocean treat not made in India. Intan is made in India, and I see that you've got a lot of intan. So which ones are working for you? If you could just touch upon that also. So this is not a sponsored video. Okay.
So right now, my main food is raw vegetables, and the prepared foods are like a substitute. Okay, I usually feed 2 days in a week. I feed raw vegetables. One day I'll feed each food. So I also have a new food called Dr. Baslir, which incidentally is not here.
Okay.
But that I have just recently started a week ago. That is a high protein food that is good for the fry, the babies at the stage where they need high proteins for good growth. So that is a good food. I have recently acquired that food. So I find all the foods are very good. People do say a few things about hikari even, some say about intan, but I have not experienced anything like that. All my fish are healthy. I don't have much mortality, at least related to the food.
Yeah.
Okay.
So which ones would you kind of, there's, I see fox ones over here.
So for Plecos, Intan has the herbivore wafers. So this is a very good food. The wafer size and their taste is very good. The new fish even are picking it up very quickly. With Intan, I have found that new fish or finicky eaters, they take up Intan very quickly.
Okay.
Which is not the case, especially with fish like rams or discus. They usually take some time to adjust to the pair is out.
Oh, she's
To adjust to a new kind of food. But with Intan, most of the foods are taken readily by any fish. So that is the best thing I like about Intan.
Made in India.
Thanks,
Okay.
Intan. And hikari, so I mean, it is time tested. It has been in India market for years. I think that is the first food I have heard.
Sorry, I see that they have ventured out. Can we have a close-up shot? And can you point out? You were saying this pair.
So the
Dorsal fins.
Yeah,
right?
the fish below is the male, and the fish on the right side is the female.
And she seems to have
A larger spike, dorsal
yeah.
spike. That's incidentally the female.
Anybody else would have probably picked her up as a male.
Yes.
And,
So that is a new trait I've observed. Earlier, only the males used to have the spike dorsal, and now this female is showing a higher spike dorsal than the male. So that is a very good feature. I think both the pair, both the fish will develop nice dorsals once they are fully grown up.
Okay, let's have a look at your other tanks also. You've said about this. What's in the bottom tank?
So these are the common bristleness plecos, albino and the normal black ones, and a few rams are floating about. So this tank I am preparing for my next batch of rams. So once the golden rams grow out here, the half of the lot will go there.
So this is the grow tank for the...
This is a grow tank for the rams, and there are a few L183s here. So the breeding pairs of 183 are hiding in the caves.
I see there is one below the driftwood over there, the white.
So they all will be hiding out. I think if you feed them, they will be out.
Okay, let's try that out.
They are scared about the lighting. It will take some time for them to come out. They are not used to such high lighting.
So what time do you feed? Do you feed at the sunset or after that?
I feed after sunset, just before lights out. So about half an hour before lights out. And another feeding will be midday, about 2 to 3 p.m.
Okay, that's
So
it.
that will be the second feeding. Yeah. Otherwise, they will have pumpkin or cucumber to munch on throughout the day.
Okay.
So the supplements I will feed twice a day.
So this is usually their lights out time?
Uh, about 8 to 9, because I have to feed the rams. The challenge with this setup is the rams and the plecos, they are conflicting with regards to the light time, and food habits. So if I put out the lights now, the rams will not have their last feed of the day.
Right.
So for the rams, I have to keep the lights on. Otherwise, it would be lights out for plecos.
Okay. All right, let's take a quick look at the other tanks. So Deepak, tell us about these tanks now. And I also want you to, because I'm curious about this sponge, huge sponge that you've kept over here. Let's talk about that also. But why don't you first tell us about what's all there in your secret tanks over here?
Yeah, so this is the oldest black ram pair I've got. This is the oldest and the biggest. So this is the darkest shade of black. This is my oldest pair right now.
What about this? I see the 183s over here.
Yeah, these are the 183 babies. 1.2 and 2 inches large.
These guys are also very nocturnal, but you know, food is something that they can't resist. They can't resist, so they are trying to. And you know, the adults don't come out so easily, but the babies will.
Babies are very
adventurous.
It's typical adolescent age. They are defiant.
Yeah, very nice.
And this food is very irresistible for them. So I have fed now Intan wafers as well as Dr. Basilate. They find both, since they are omnivorous, they find both the food very attractive.
And these are the black ram babies?
These are the black ram babies. These are about 20 days old.
Huh.
This is a batch of the pair, the largest pair. This is the largest batch. So they produce around 300 or 400 fry in a single batch. So this is the largest batch of black rams. And I hope they turn out completely black. So they will get blacker and blacker with age.
And how old are these now?
These are 20 days old.
20 days. Huh?
Yeah.
They're already, you know, growing.
Yeah, they're going fast. So now they are weaned on B1 and B2.
Okay.
So earlier I started with brine shrimp. Thereon they got B1 from Intan, and now they are being weaned onto B2.
Okay.
So that is the next stage of. So Intan has got breeder and grower series B1, B2, B3. So they are on the B2 stage now. So after that they usually get B3. But I think I will directly start them on heart mix after that.
The super reds. Tell us about this tank.
These are the super red bristle nose, the latest addition to my Pleco collection, and they have been breeding for me successfully as well. So this lot is majorly my stocking lot. It's all males here, just a couple of females I think in here. And in this tank you will find the breeding pairs with some fry. So this is the first batch and the fry are now about a month old. The pair has given a fresh
The
batch.
pair is behind the driftwood, and there's one over here in the, you know, there's one over here in the flower pot. There she is.
We have not fed them, they are complaining. So they will be about now.
Yeah, this one's coming out.
The male is coming on. I think he's guarding a fresh batch now. He's looking to come out.
Yeah.
There is the female at the back. Another female below the filter.
This one's a
This
male.
one's a male. A very robust and active male. So these are the breeders.
He's taking a break from guarding the eggs
Yeah.
to, eating now.
So that's rare because usually males don't eat until the fry have hatched. These are the two females we are seeing.
Yeah. So there you've got two big males, huh? That's
Yeah.
another one.
Two males and three females are there. Third one is hiding somewhere. Maybe in the pot or something.
And in the tank below, these are the royal whiptails?
These are the royal whiptails babies. These are about a month old now. And there you will see some super red bristle nose. There are also few L333 King Tiger Plecos, but they are in the hiding.
Okay.
And these are the this is a small batch of rams, black rams and golden rams in there. So these are about 10 days old.
Okay. Tell us about the babies in the tub. I see a lot of babies in this tub.
Yeah, so these are royal whiptail babies. This is the latest batch of royal whiptails. You will see some eggs there. They are still hatching. A few eggs have hatched. So a few eggs have hatched and they are absorbing their yolk.
Yeah, they're in the bottom.
Yeah, and a few eggs are yet to be hatched.
Wow.
And this is earlier batch. So these are about 15 days or so old. These are just about 1 inch. Now they are already taking wafers. So earlier I started with spirulina powder and taps. So now they are taking Intan wafers and Dr. Basili. So the catapal is, you'll see, they provide biofilm for them to graze on. So biofilm is a very important part of their diet. So they have to have some kind of biofilm. And organic leaves, they attract good biofilm. So that's another pair of black ram. I have missed out a few fry. I just pulled out all the fry from the pair. These are still remaining. They won't breed until all the fry are taken away.
Right.
And here you will see a few L397s, Alankar Tiger, and Dog Snowball Plecos.
Yes. That's a beautiful one inside, huh?
Yeah, so they are adults now. They will start breeding anytime. I hope in this monsoon they breed for me.
So at what age or what size do you start selling the Pleco babies?
The royal whiptails, I will start selling from about 1.5 inch. So that's a good size for them to travel because before that they may not travel. I have not shipped any fish smaller than that. So I'm not too sure about it.
Okay.
But to be safe, I don't ship before they grow to 1.5 inch.
Right. So we are going to share Deepak's contact details at the end of the video. Do watch till the end so that you can see his contact details. Don't skip ahead. Okay. And they'll get in touch with you, Deepak. So that would really help everyone. So much done in such a small space, Deepak. So congratulations on that. It's a very nice compact setup. And the first time I'm seeing something like this, which is also exposed to the elements on one side. Okay, so rains would be kind of tough for you. I see that you've put in this awning also.
Yeah, there's this awning here. So this will be out throughout the rainy season. The main challenge comes in the winter season. But thankfully, since we are in Mumbai, we don't have any seasons such as winters.
Major.
Yeah, so if ever there is a dip in the temperatures, I have heaters on some tanks.
Sure.
So the critical tanks will have the heaters. And from there on, I'll just manage the temperatures.
You were going to tell me about the sponge.
Yeah, so this sponge you will see, this is called a Matten filter. It is also called as a Hamburg filter. So it is a basic filtration. The sponge acts as a filter media. So it is mainly a biofilter. So as you must be knowing, there are three types of filtration:
Yes.
biological,
Yes.
chemical, and mechanical. So this is mainly a biological filter. So it works upon the aerator. The water is pushed out from the pipe you are seeing right now, and it is drawn through the sponge. So there is a continuous water flow in the sponge. So the aerobic bacteria resides in the sponge,
Correct.
and it detoxifies the water.
Right.
That's the main filtration I use. I also use the K2 media. This is an active biofilter. It is more active and effective than the sponge filter, because as you must be knowing, K2 media is very effective in keeping the best bacteria alive. The fittest bacteria stays alive, and the less desirable or weak bacteria gets knocked off.
And that's because of the continuous
movement of
and
the
radiation
media.
and
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
okay.
So that's very effective. Most of the biofloc breeders, everybody uses K2 right now.
Great. Thank you so much, Deepak. Let's head inside.
Yeah.
That was some amazing footage, Deepak. Please, thank you so much. And it was such a I don't know, all of you would be watching this, but it's very rare to kind of have somebody just open up and share their secrets, and you have seen what Deepak has achieved in such a small space, compact space, but done a fantastic job. And his numbers are going to, his contact details are going to follow after this, clip. And do reach out to him. Do you have any social media? Are you active on social media, Deepak?
Not much actually.
Not much, but so people should reach out to you on WhatsApp. That's the best
WhatsApp
thing.
will be the best option. I also have Insta ID. I'll share with you.
Right. So please, after you watch this video, go immediately to his Insta handle and like, and don't forget to like and subscribe the Weekend Aquarist. And I don't know whether you have seen the latest magazine. Please subscribe to the Weekend Aquarist magazine also. It's India's first and only magazine on the aquarium hobby. Thank you so much.
That's come up very good. I should appreciate that.
The magazine, huh?
Yeah, it is come up very good.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Thanks for having us over.
For giving me the opportunity.
Thank you.